Dying for love.
Or how chameleons change their colours.
Many people think that chameleons change color to blend in with their environment.
However, chameleons often change colour based on temperature, light, or even their mood.
In fact, most chameleons change color as a way to communicate with other chameleons, to send a visual signal of aggression, or as part of a mating ritual. Until 2015, people believed that chameleons change color by spreading pigment throughout little sacs inside their cells, called vesicles.
But a scientist in Geneva called Michael Milinkovic thought that the theory didn't make sense.
Because lots of green chameleons didn't have any green pigments in their skin cells.
Instead, he discovered that chameleons change their colours by using a special lattice of crystals underneath the pigment cells.
If you look closely at the skin of a chameleon, its outer surface is actually transparent. But just below the surface are several layers of special cells called chromatophores.
The upper layer of chromatophores is made up of xanthophores, which contain a yellow-coloured pigment, and erythrophores, which are red pigmented.
Beneath this is another layer of chromatophores called iridophores.
Iridophores contain a lattice of transparent nanocrystals made from the DNA building block guanine, which reflects different wavelengths of light depending on its position.
And finally, the bottom layer, which sits like a kind of basket around the other layers, contains a type of chromatophore called a melanophore.
These have the brown pigment melanin in them, the same pigment that gives various shades to human skin.
So how do these layers help the chameleon change color?
Well, the natural colour pattern of a chameleon comes from the coloured pigments in the top layer of chromatophores, which absorb or reflect certain regions in the visible spectrum of light.
A resting chameleon usually wants to blend in with its environment, so it is typically green or brown.
In a calm chameleon, the nanocrystals and the iridophores form a very tight lattice. The longer light wavelengths of the yellow, orange, and red pass through this tight crystal lattice,
while the shorter blue and green wavelengths bounce off the tightly packed crystals, so its skin looks green. But when the chameleon gets angry or feels another strong emotion, it releases hormones that make its skin stretch, and this makes the crystals in the iridophore spread out.
When the crystals are further apart, they reflect yellow, orange, and red wavelengths when the light hits them, and now the chameleon's skin looks red or yellow. Chameleons can also change colour according to the temperature or environment. If a chameleon is cold, it can open up its melanophores and disperse melanin, a dark pigment, into its upper skin layers. This makes the skin go a darker colour, which absorbs more heat.
Or it can close them up to go to a light colour if it wants to cool down. And finally, a chameleon that wants to mate can open up all its colour channels and send out a rainbow of hues to show it's feeling in the mood for romance.
Just goes to show, at least for chameleons,
beauty really is only skin deep.